Welcome to the 2023 Hart Outdoor Track and Field Media Day. I'm your host, Derek Johnson with KLWN Radio in Lawrence, Kansas. We have the Baker University Wildcats with us, head coach Ryan Pitts, along with a couple of his athletes, Gage Hebert, as well as Tajanique Bell. And I guess first things first, Coach Pitts, what about Gage and Tajanique brought them to the table today? Why are they good representatives for the program and the university?
Well, first of all, thanks for having us on. What brought them to the table is, I think, obviously they're our first national qualifiers for the season this year, and their work ethic is why they're here, and their work ethic and their talent is part of the reason why they've qualified, hit the national A standard in their respective events. Tajanique, who's qualified in 2 different events. And, just like any other program, I'm going to have, if I have to choose, you have to select your top athletes. That's just the way it is. That's the reality. They represent the program well with every competition, and they lead by example with the way they perform. So that's why I've selected them to be a part of this. I always want someone representing the track side and someone from the field side. And for obvious reasons, that's why they're here today.
And Gage, you were just selected the Hart Outdoor Field Athlete of the Week last week. What did that award mean to you? And do you feel pretty good about your form right now?
Yeah, no, it meant a lot to me. I'm very honored to receive this award. And we're just getting ready for the rest of the season. I mean, we just opened up, but we have a lot to go through still.
Tajanique, you placed 3rd in the women's 60-meter hurdles. You got a medal with the indoor side of things. How encouraging was that? And does it serve a little as extra motivation that, like, hey, I had a really good performance, but I'm so close to moving even further ahead for the outdoor season?
Yes, it meant a lot to me. I was very blessed, and for it to be my 2nd year running indoor, I'm not used to an indoor track, but I see that I'm getting better and better, and I have nothing but opportunity just to improve my performance.
How difficult is it training for an event like that, where it is such a short-paced hurdle event? And maybe what are some of the differences in training versus the indoor and outdoor season?
Right, so indoor was kind of difficult for me, doing different drills and learning different techniques that I wouldn't usually do running outdoor season. It is very short, and I honestly feel like I have a great start. So just getting that push out of the blocks and having that short amount of time to get as fast as I can over the little amount of hurdles, I feel like was a great transition for me, having that great fast block start.
Gage, what got you into the throws to begin with in your track career and brought you here to Baker?
Because he was slow.
Truth, what brought me into the throws was during high school. I didn't make the baseball team, and I was just like, you know what, I want to go do something. So I went out and I did track and field, and that's what got me started throwing. And then what brought me over here to Baker is I was first at Mid America, and this is my first. This is my 2nd semester at Baker University. And what brought me here is I could see the connectiveness that this team had, and just the dedication that they have to their athletes. And it's not just an individual sport; it's a connective group.
Coach, you were an All-American football player and track athlete in your time at Baker. When you're coaching, what's your style of coaching? Are you hands-on? Do you still go out there, show them how it's done? Do you beat anybody in races still, or are you more hands-off with that?
Oh man. Well, first let me make this one quick correction. I was an All-American in football, but I was just a national qualifier in track. It was too hard back then when I competed, so whatever. When I was competing, top 6 was All-American. Now it's top 8, but I think the best I finished was like 11th. So, but I'm still hands-on as far as being verbal and making a lot of corrections. I'm still a technician, but as far as the demonstrating goes, I had an accident a few years back where I ruptured my patellar tendon doing some triple jump drills, and that was when I knew it was it. And so, I can demonstrate in the sense if I'm walking through it, but as far as a fast up tempo, I don't need that. If I need somebody to demonstrate, I'll say, hey, Tajanique, I need you to do this real quick so they can see it. And so because, and the difference with some athletes, some are auditory and some are visual learners. For me, I think I could do both. Once I saw something, I could imitate it. Or if you told me, get your trail knee up, keep your trail foot flat. Okay, I get it. But some kids aren't that way. And so as a coach, you have to learn your athletes. You have to understand there's always more than one way to do anything. And so you have to adapt to your athletes as opposed to your athletes adapting to you. And honestly, I think that's what makes a great coach is if I feel like my system isn't working, if my athletes aren't improving, I'm not going to look at them. I'm going to look at myself and say, okay, what do I need to do different? Because something obviously isn't working. And so, but as far as coaching, I still am very hands-on, but the demonstrating of myself, I'm 40 years old. I don't got time for it no more.
Your team hosts 2 track meets this spring. Just as a staff, as a program, how nice is that to be able to compete at home and, you know, bring in talent from across the region right on the home track over nearby the offices?
You know, it's really nice. This was my first year as the meet director, and it's a little nerve-wracking leading up to it. But you know, Byers, my mentor, he was like, I'm telling you, Pitts, once the meet gets started, it's gonna go smooth. And so and then a lot of the coaches who come in to compete, bring their teams. I know a lot of them in Pitts. If you need something, we'll help you out. And so it ended up running very smooth. We get a lot of compliments just about the meet itself and the new facility. And so I'm really looking forward to hosting conference finals next year. But before then, we still have the ZK invite this year on April 29th. But I'm really, really looking forward to the conference finals meet next year.
Tajanique, do you have a favorite moment or memory or just favorite thing about being part of the Baker Track and Field program?
Definitely just PRing almost every meet, trying to get the best time that I can and improve. I definitely enjoyed my first year here transitioning into a whole nother state, being from California, and just being a part of a big team where everybody supports each other, where everybody is trying to help each other. And then having one coach, which I've never had just one coach, be able to focus on every athlete that he can and do the best that he can for the team that we have. I just appreciate the coach that I have and the teammates that I have, and learning how good I can be indoor, opposed to not running indoor at all ever in my life until I got to Baker. So I have a great coach that has helped me with that.
Engage, if you could describe the Baker program with one word or maybe one short phrase, what would that be?
Short phrase or the whole team, we're just dedicated. Everybody's dedicated. They got a big goal that they want to accomplish, and we're all working hard to get to that point.
Coach Pitts, Tajanique, Gage, appreciate all you guys. Good luck this season.
And thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.